I know you are on track to bring out new products. You've mentioned Moringa. I'm not familiar with Moringa. Maybe you can tell me what Moringa is.
Sure. These products are just absolutely extraordinary. And for a marketer like me, they're kind of a dream come true. So, Baobab, if people haven't heard of it, is they might know the Baobab tree, which is also known as the upside down tree or the tree of life. Moringa is another tree that's indigenous to Africa and also India, and it's known as the miracle tree. And it's known as the miracle tree because every different part of the tree can be used for a different medicinal purpose. And what we use is the leaf. And this dried moringa leaf, through the natural drying process, multiplies its nutritional value by 10 times and is what we believe to be the most nutrient dense food in the world. So it's a source of 13 essential vitamins and minerals, particularly rich in iron and protein. So it's very good for vegans and vegetarians. And it's really a green superfood, and green superfoods are very much in vogue. And moringa is, we believe, the superior one. So this is an extraordinary product with an extraordinary market potential, and that's only the second one that we've introduced. So there will be more.
How do you choose then what products to pursue? You mentioned chocolate, you've mentioned tea. What's the process that you go through to decide, yes, this is a product we want to get into? Because, I've seen the explosion in this sort of health food bars, and there's just so much out there now. If you go to Holland and Barrett, there's um, I think the nude, the naked one, the naked bars, and
Yeah.
you're competing, I suppose, with them. So how do you decide that this is the tea or the chocolate is worth pursuing? Is there someone that advises you, or do you do some research?
It's a very good question. I guess there were already, when we started out, there were a few really obvious ones to go for, like Baobab and Moringa, which we knew about. And what we're looking for in general are exceptional properties, so a nutritional profile, like a really exceptional one, so that you could look at what's in the market and is working well in the market, needs to be better than that. But also, obviously, that needs to be combined with the potential to make a positive impact on rural communities in Africa, or not necessarily rural communities, but small scale producers. There are some problems that you would experience in trying to bring things to market from rural Africa, and regulatory issues. So we have to look at which products initially are have that high potential and are also allowed within the EU. And at some point quite soon, we'll run out of those ones, and we'll have to start working on the products that are currently not allowed in the EU. So we'll have to start doing a kind of lobbying work and putting together applications to European Food Standards Association, etc., to try and have these products introduced into the market. So we're working with some new partners at Greenwich University, who are really expert in underutilized natural species around the world, and particularly Africa. So it's the National Resource Institute. So we're trying to bring some other knowledgeable partners into the community to see how we can prioritize these different products.
And in what form they should be taking, right? In terms of a product development, what would sell well on the shelves? What are people desiring as a snack, perhaps? Because the bars at the moment, you've basically put the baobab powder into the bars, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the idea with the kind of concept we're working on is, if you're familiar with the kind of new product adoption life cycle, it's kind of like a bell curve.
Hmm.
So at one end you've got early adopters, and at the other end you've got laggards. So the baobab powder and moringa powder, um, those are products for early adopters in the health food industry. That's raw foodies, vegans, vegetarians, people who make smoothies every day. Those are the kind of people who will buy that product. But not everybody is going to buy baobab powder. Baobab powder is not a mass market product. Not today, and probably not ever. The baobab powder is going to be, a staple product in the household. Never know. So the bars are really a way of introducing a new product that edges it further towards the early mainstream. So we've had so many people who we've met over the last few years who have absolutely loved the concept of baobab, and they love the story of it, and they love the health benefits, but they just really can't be bothered to make smoothies or sprinkle things on their cereal, which is perfectly understandable. So the bars are made for them. Um,
And how do you go
yeah.
about making these bars delicious? I mean, do you do this in your own kitchen? Do you say, I think, we can make it with a cocoa powder and some muesli, and or do you actually go out and look for people who make food, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, in almost everything we do, we work with external, we outsource things.
Hmm.
So we have to know our own limits of what we're good at and what we know.
Hmm.
We're very good at marketing, and our team, the team that we've built, is a really excellent team of creative marketers in all areas. But we're not recipe developers or bar manufacturers. So, of course, you can find most of these, almost everything that we found, can be found on Google, but
Yeah.
also through the community that we're in of going to all these trade shows. You meet the people who are selling the other brands and the products, and most of us are, we're all friends now. We're kind of, yes, we're competing, but we're all part of the same health food community, and it's a very positive community, because it tends to be, these products and brands tend to be created by people who want to make a positive contribution, through their products. So it tends to be, quite friendly, really. So people aren't going to give you their secret recipe or necessarily tell you who their supplier is if you're in a direct competition, but it helps to be part of the network.